Hey folks, I'm here. I wanted to go over the Canyon Outpost map, which is the two-base map, the smaller version map of the Canyon base that most people are familiar with, that have played in previous betas. Those were the three-base map out in the desert. This one's a little bit different. This one only has two bases. You can see I'm over here by base A. And just to zoom here a bit, so base A, the capture point's sitting out here in the middle. You've got a generator one level below the capture point right here behind it. Gen 3 is over here. I'll show you that. 4 is on this side and 2 is on this back side. It's actually not on the mountain. It's in a building under the mountain. You can see a couple teleporters here. One's actually up on top of this mountain and one's in a small base. This teleporter back here is up on a little jut out. I'll show you that. And this one over here is actually visible from the point we're at now. You can see S2 right here is overlooking the capture point right in front, and S3 is kind of on this ridge up here overlooking as well. You can see a couple teleporters up and around there. Some of them are actually on the bottom, some are on the top. And then real quick, let's look at B from the map point of view. So B, starting at S4, which is actually a little bit below the base capture point right here. It's on that side. It's not up on the top of this ridge. It's down below. And S1 is up on this little hill outcropping. It's a little tough to get to sometimes, but you can make it there. And then you can see Gen 1 is going to be in this building, one level down in the building. You'll see Gen 2 is over here in its own little building. 3 is at the bottom of the capture point building. And 4 is up on the top of this building in the back here. You'll see teleporters strategically placed around there. We'll go through the teleporters and we'll look at the gen locations, kind of look at the map. So to start out with, let's actually hop over to S2 right here and we'll get kind of the bird's eye of A. So you can see the A capture point sticking out right here in the middle, which is ripe for spam, Hellfire, Quadranud, Dragonid, Lurid spam from up here on the ridges. Both bases are very exposed on the capture points, make them hard to take down. But you can see Gen 3 right here. You go up the ramps, you'll land in there, and right behind there is actually the first teleporter we'll look at. Here's Gen 3. And we go up like we're going to the next gen. You can see up here, if we keep going up that ramp, we'll go to this back building in Gen 4. And then if we cut across the ramps over there, we would actually end up going into the building across here, and you cross up, and there's the other generator, Gen 2, is going to be up in there. So 4's here, 3, 1 is right across this building here, one level down from the capture point, and then 2 is actually up. You can see it right there. It doesn't show up on the map as highlightable, but you can see I'm aiming for it right here. That's right inside that ring. So teleporters on this side. This one right here is going to bounce us up to the ridge. You can see this is actually the higher ridge point. There's another teleporter right down there that's on the B side. So the B side comes up here a little bit lower. So if you get this one, you can actually bounce down to that one if you hit it right. Or you can go up here. It's a great place to spam. You can spam A from here, or you can cut over to the B side anywhere along here, and you can spam down there too. So this is the probably the best high point teleporter in the game if you want to just sit there and snipe, spam, whatever you want to do from that side. And let's go back real quick and I'll show you a couple other teleporters from here that you can see. So looking at A, you can see way back in the back there, there's a teleporter back up there. It's a hard jump to make it to, but if you come in from the other side on B, it's a great point because you can go from here and you can drop down and immediately go for that 2 generator that's in there. You could drop this way and go to the 4 generator, see the names on the buildings, or you could come down straight down the middle and go to the capture point or go to the gen there. So that's a good invasion point for the A side. If you come in on that, you can see a teleporter way up on this side that actually is connected to the other side's down at the bottom here. You can see S3. So this is really the commanding point up here, like I was saying, but I want to show you all those locations that you can see from here. So let's pop back over here. So once again, if we come up here, this is the same path we came up where we passed Gen 3. We come up here, we can see Gen 4. If we come all the way across, you see Gen 2 is in that room right there. You can actually drop down through this hole, or you can go down and go through the entryway. I'm going to hit a turbo pad just to refill. Go up, there's your repair point right here. And up here is our little inside teleporter, which takes us to our inside teleporter on the B side. So if we stop and look at the map now, we came in on this back one over here by Gen 4, right here. So that's a good one to be able to bounce between the bases if you're hitting gens or moving around back inside the bases. That's a good one to be able to cross bases. Where you don't have to jump across and open yourself to sniper fire or anything else. Good concealed jump. You can see from here, we're looking at the B capture point, Gen 1. There's a teleporter right there. Let's go to this one while we're here. So you can see this is actually that lower ridge teleporter. That first teleporter, the really good high spot, is up on top of that hill right there. So this one's the lower one that we can see right next to it. But you can still see A. This is not a bad one either. The only bad part would be if somebody got up in that higher one and they could shoot down into you, and you can't really hit them that well from down here. If you were in a heavy armor, you could jump up there a little easier, but I'm in light, I would severely overshoot it. So you can see S4 down there. You can see the Gen building, so Gen 2's in there, 3's in here. 1's there, 4 was where we just were back there, and this is the teleporter we just took right here. Let's hop back over there. So those are really your two high point that land you up in this area over here. The two that are going to get you there. So that's 4. Let's hop over here. Here's Gen 3. This is in the bottom of the capture point base, or base B. Flip around, you can see up here, you would be able to hit that. You can see Gen 2 is up there. And if I jump way up here, which is, you're only going to hit pretty much a light, or if you use that teleporter pad, but you can see from up here, you could also spam down onto B. Pretty commanding view over this side. And if I hit this, this one is going to send me right down in front. So this is in this little alcove kind of between B and A. If I was moving from B and hit this ridge, I can come over here and land there. Coming up from the A side, it's much harder to get up there. Coming from the B side, it's much easier. But you could jump it if you were from A or somewhere back here. If you knew your map locations, you could jump and land this one, and that would push you up in a good spot to hit B over there. You can see right here, I'm up sort of in a little mountainside on the A side where it's hard to get up there. You can see S2 there that we were looking straight at A from. You see A, see how we're down at kind of this valley down here. And while we're down here, there's another teleporter. This one's going to take you up to A, and this one comes on the side of A. So we were right there. The guy right there brings us up here. This is a nice one to be able to drop in on Gen 2 right here, and then you can cut across, go down, go around. You could drop down, hit 2, come across, and drop down and go to directly the capture point, or go to 1 at the capture point. So this is one of the more advantageous high side. I would say this one, the one we were at over on the side of B, and then this one back here is in a good spot to be able to come in high on a base and kind of select where you want to push into it from. But you can see you're not super exposed up here. People aren't going to notice you as well, so you can move around pretty well here. So like I said, this is on the bottom. You can see the B capture point from here. And from here you can also see the A capture point. So right in the middle, underneath all those big mountain ridges. Not a bad place to be if there's a lot of snipers or things like that going on above you. Let's come back over here toward B. Stop. Turbo. So like I said, B, we saw Gen 4 up on top. Gen 1 is just one level down right here. You have to drop down to it. And then Gen 2 is in that base. Up here is where we use the teleporter up on top of there. Gen 2 is in a building right below that. So you can see this is a tight little map. Spawn 4 right here, like I said, right in front of the B base. You can see each other very well from there. 1 is on this weird little outcropping here. Not easy to land on. You can see what I'm talking about. You look at it back here better. You know, if you're playing Mordred, that would be easy to make, or if you're playing a super heavy where you don't just do a crazy big jump, it would be easy to make. Lights and mediums, not so much, but you can get there. And then looking back at spawn 2 is right here on this. So if you're spawning in, if you're coming in on this north side, you can very easily skirt around and grab S2 right here. From the point of view of capturing things, you know, if you're jumping in from S2, it's easy to get to A or B. I would say both sides are pretty easy to get to either one. If you want to throw katanas, it's pretty wide open to be able to get to what you want to in here. The katana throw is in Izzy. I'm playing Izzy as a knight. That's one of her things. So just showing the angles.
Data acquired.
What else? So we never did see this. I don't remember where the other side of that is, to be honest. There we go. Ah, yes, this one. So this is a very good one. Let's say you just took B and you want to get into A very quickly and you want to command over where you want to go. You want to get to that back one that overlooks everything that you can drop into. You could just jump straight off the B into this one right in front of the B base right here. So just to orient, if I'm standing on the B capture, there's one, there's our teleporter that went up to the top. 4 is in the back, 2's over here, us 4. So this teleporter is just up on this little bridge right here in the front. You can see it right there. In my opinion, that would be a great one. Let's say I take B and I want to move over to A. Especially lighter armors. Probably flat foot though. Yeah, the momentum flat foot jump lands me right. So I take B, come over here at this one. Now look where I am. I have a commanding point of view of everything on A. So A, the capture point's right on the other side of there. Gen 1 is right in there. Gen 2. I can probably hit it from there. Yeah, you can see it going down a little bit there. And Gen 4 is going to be in this building here. So I can go pretty much wherever I want and get whatever I want from this point. That's one of the most commanding overviews. You can see you're even on par with the guys who are going up to those top teleporters up here and down here. A little lower on that one. You can't see it from here. It's 3 over here. So yeah, that is pretty much how everything moves around on here. This is a good map for brawling on. It's a lot more face-to-face throwdowns than, say, Canyon, where it feels much more objective play, where you can bounce bases and not worry about killing anybody. This one is much more, the people tend to be in your face a lot more because it's more compact map. and you'll end up, even on a light, if you're playing objectives, you can still play objectives on the map, absolutely, and move around, but you're going to have a lot more people crowded in close by that are going to be wanting to smash your face in. So you have to be able to get in and out and move fast. If you like brawling and you like fighting, this may be the map for you because, like I said, Canyon's a little more spread out, a little more objective based, and Highlands is even a bigger map with 4 bases that's even more objective based, harder to get a fight on. You get some one-on-ones there, but getting big group fights, you're going to see it a lot more in a map like this where everything is compact, close together, 2-base map. There's the 4th map that's been made available now. Not sure the official name. We always call it the Pit. It's a very vertical map. You can see a supply depot coming in right there. If you capture that guy, he gives you some coins. You can see coins and hammers up here on the right-hand corner of my screen. Those are for buying new mods and getting other things. The supply depot gives you a few of those, so it's good. You see those come in to grab them if you can. That's a good thing. It ends up being fought over too.
Ally reinforcements low.
So
Enemy
that pretty
much critical.
Covers it for this map. Hope this is helpful. Hope this gives you a good idea of what everything looks like, kind of where everything is. Here's a final overview of the location of everything with the teleporters and whatnot. So this has been good. Thanks. Catch you guys in the field.